Published, 11:54 Eastern Standard Time, the 30th of December 2017. Updated, 20:33 Eastern Standard Time, the 30th of December 2017. After this wonderful mess of a match, Swansea's fifth manager in the past 2 years sat back and found some clarity in the chaos before the game. One said, "If you ask 100 people, 100 will say we will be relegated," recalled Carlos Carvalhal. "In this moment, in 198 will say we will be relegated. Maybe 2 people will look now and say maybe not." He allowed himself a little grin at that, this voice of reason at a club that has spent the better part of 3 years shouting at its own shadow. Luciano Narsing popped up in the 90th minute to net a last-gasp winner for Swansea after they came from 1 goal behind. Narsing wheels off to celebrate with his jubilant teammates after scoring the winner at the death at Vicarage Road. The 27-year-old match winner is mobbed by his teammates after clinching what could be a very important 3 points. Narsing pictured putting his side 2-1 ahead after firing the ball past Hurello Gomes in the Watford goal on Saturday. An ecstatic Carlos Carvalhal pumps his fists in front of the travelling fans after recording his first win as Swansea manager. Jordan Ayew grabbed an equaliser for Swansea in the 86th minute after tapping home from close range. The Ghanaian celebrates with his Swansea teammates after levelling proceedings against Marco Silva's men. 26-year-old Ayew taps home from very close range to ensure an enthralling finale in Watford. On the weekend there won't be any overhyping of this result, no wild proclamations that the funny end of a funny game marks the beginning of their salvation. Swansea's problems are far too deep for that kind of carry-on. But they have found a slither of hope in a hopeless situation after winning a match in which they were trailing 1-0 at 86 minutes. Until that point, it was all so bleak, more splat than new manager bounce, with Andre Carrillo having headed Watford ahead in the 11th minute. And then came the bonkers brilliance of the finale, with Jordan Ayew equalising on 86 minutes before Luciano Narsing, Carvalhal's first substitute as Swansea manager, won it in stoppage time. Again, optimism must be kept in check. But Swansea are off the bottom and will settle for anything approaching a positive vibe right now, having endured what they have this season, with dross on the field and squabbling off it. As recently as Friday, Hugh Jenkins, the chairman, admitted any spending money next month will have to come from sales, with the echoing sound of a towel being chucked in. But this win shows there is at the least a memory of how to fight in this weakest of squads. Good on Carvalhal for bringing it out of them just 2 days after his arrival, which in turn came only 4 days after he was sacked by Sheffield Wednesday for struggling in the second tier. A bewildering appointment, yes, but for now it is going just fine. 26-year-old Andre Carrillo opened the scoring for Watford in the 11th minute with a header from close range. Carrillo is congratulated by his Hornets teammates after calmly nodding the ball home early on. The Peruvian wheels away to celebrate scoring the opening goal while Watford supporters celebrate in the stands. Carrillo pictured firing his header past Polish goalkeeper Łukasz Fabianski on 11 minutes at Vicarage Road. "I'm happy with what I saw," he said. "We will be better because with more training to change the dynamic we will be better. It is not a case that after one game it will be flowers and birds, it will be very hard, but we are growing as a team." For Watford's Marco Silva, it was a 5th defeat in 7-1. He will question after Molenbeek had a goal harshly disallowed for a gentle push in the area in the second half. There was also the sting of Andre Gray missing a one-on-one at 1-0 and a whiff of offside about Ayew's equalizer. "It's a big disappointment for all of us," Silva said. "I think we did enough to win this match. Our opponent shot once on our goal early on and they didn't create one chance until they went 1-1. We had enough chances to kill the match." On Wague's disallowed goal for a push on Tammy Abraham, he said, "I didn't see a big fault. For me it is a normal contact for the Premier League. But I don't want to put an excuse on the referee. We look to ourselves first." Gomes anxiously watches the ball go over his own crossbar as the Swans tried to claw their way back into the match. Molenbeek, second right, thought he added a second for Watford, but the goal was ruled out for a push. The Watford players react after seeing their second goal chalked off early on in the second period. Former Arsenal man Fabianski rushes out of his goal to deny Carrillo netting his and Watford's second of the afternoon. Carvalhal gives instructions to his Swansea players as he takes charge of his first game as Swansea manager. As well they should. Watford were controlling this match, with Richarlison and Tom Cleverley going close before a defensive shambles from Swansea allowed the opener. It really was a study in multiple errors. First up it was Federico Fernandez losing out in the scramble with Stefano Okaka near halfway for a high ball, then it was Kyle Naughton, whose woeful positioning at right back was exposed by Okaka's pass to Richarlison. His shot from the left was weakly parried by Fabianski and Carrillo was left free to head in the rebound, despite 5 defenders in reasonable proximity. Clearly, the defense is a major area for Carvalhal to fix. But the more pressing cause has always been the attack, and there was a trace of improvement in that regard here, even before the late flurry of goals. The intensity of passing was better, if still some way short of threatening, and there was greater intent and willingness to take the ball. On that latter point, Renato Sanches had his first start since November, and despite a woeful first half he kept searching for possession and got stronger as the game went on. Perhaps there is hope in the Portuguese. Perhaps there is hope for Swansea. 36-year-old Brazilian Gomes commands his Watford teammates during the opening period. Swansea midfielder Tom Carroll jumps high to avoid a challenge from Stefano Okaka during the early stages of the match. Renato Sanches goes to the ground following a challenge from Watford defender Daryl Janmaat on Saturday afternoon. Dutch defender Janmaat runs at the Swansea defence under the Vicarage Road floodlights on Saturday.